I'm preparing for my third unmedicated home birth, and I want to share the tools that I'm gathering to help me have an unmedicated birth or giving birth without an epidural. Welcome to the MamasteFit YouTube channel. My name is Gina. I'm a perinatal fitness trainer and birth doula and currently pregnant with baby number 4. And it will be my third unmedicated birth. And so I'm planning to give birth without an epidural. And I want to share the 3 types of tools that I'm utilizing to help me do that. The first is I'm going to be focusing on different props to help me in laboring positions. And so the first thing is going to be some sort of birth ball. I like to put a cover on it just so that when I kind of wiggle and move around, it's not making a ton of noise against the floor. In addition, it feels better against my skin. Your birth location, such as a birth center or a hospital, will have a birth ball, but it's still a great tool to have at your home, especially for early labor or before you get to your birth location. And you can buy various covers to put on top, or you can just take a bed sheet and tie it around it to give it a little bit of a more comfortable feeling against your skin. But birth balls are great because you can kind of move around on them. You can either sit on them or you can lean on them in all fours. Another labor tool that I'm going to be utilizing to help support my laboring positions is going to be a rebozo. And so this is a Mexican scarf that has a lot of cultural significance and is super helpful during pregnancy, during your birth, and even can be helpful for postpartum to help with like baby wearing. With the rebozo, you can use it to help support you in different laboring positions. So your partner can put it around like your belly or your butt to kind of help jiggle to provide some comfort. You can put it underneath your arms to do like a squat, or you can put it around your partner's back to do a squat, holding on to it instead. And so it's essentially just like a long piece of fabric that you can utilize to help support you in different laboring positions. It can also be really helpful for like pushing if you want to play like tug of war, or if like pulling on something helps you feel a little bit stronger within your pushes. The rebozo can be a really helpful tool for that. And then the final tool that I have to help me with laboring positions is going to be the birth sling. So this is kind of similar to like a yoga sling. This one is specifically from the company, the Birth Sling. And with it, that comes with these little hooks that you can either hook to a mounted site, or it has a door attachment so you could put it over the top of your door frame. Within it, there's a bunch of different loops that you can then put yourself into. And so what's really nice is you can come into it and then you're really supported in the positions that you choose. So you can find a deep squat. You can also be a little bit more upright, but it's helping to kind of take some load off your legs and off your body to help support you. And it's a really awesome tool. So I utilized it during my last birth and found it really helpful. And I'm planning on utilizing it again for this birth. So those are the 3 main tools that I have to help support me in laboring positions. I have my birth ball, rebozo, and then also a birth sling to help just provide some support when I'm in my different positions so they can be a little bit easier for me to be in. The next thing that I'm gathering to help support an unmedicated birth is various labor comfort tools. And these tools can vary from person to person, but these are the ones that I have found to be really helpful for me in my past labors and for a lot of my doula clients. The first thing during early labor for me is going to be a heating pad. And this one I got from Pixie Cup. It's actually meant for your menstrual cycle, but you can utilize it during labor as well. And what's nice about it, it has a Velcro strap, so I don't have to hold it against my abdomen at all. I like to put it against the lower belly, especially in early labor, to help kind of relieve some of the discomforts of the contractions. The way to know that it's not too hot is if you're sweating, it's probably a little bit too hot for you. So just usually like the medium temperature is pretty good with these. And so again, it's hands-free, it's really easy to just put on, it's warm, and it's really great for the postpartum as well. This one is wireless, and so the battery may die at some point. So I do have this one that's attached to a cord as well, and I could put that over my belly, and then I could take my rebozo and wrap it around to help secure it to my body, so that way I don't have to hold on to it, because for whatever reason, holding on to it during labor is just super annoying. So with this, I can then just labor with it against my body, and I know that it's going to be super comfortable for me. But I primarily use the heating pads during early labor to help with those early labor contractions. For me, I feel a lot of my contractions in the lower abdomen, and it just helps to bring some relief to make them a little bit more tolerable. Another tool that I have is a birthing comb, and they come in all sorts of different sizes. I prefer the ones that are a little bit skinnier, so this one is probably just a little bit over an inch, but they have some that are like 1.5 inches or 2 inches as well. With the birthing comb, you're going to squeeze it in your hand, and there's 2 points to kind of press the prongs of the comb into. You can either press it into this crease between your fingers and your palm, which is an acupressure point for pain relief, or you can press it into this crease of between your thumb and your palm. And so you'll just kind of hold on to it during contractions. You'll squeeze it. It presses into the acupressure point, which helps with pain relief. And it's also a distraction tool because it's giving you something to kind of squeeze onto. The ones that are made for birth, the prongs are going to be smooth. And so you don't have to worry about like piercing your skin as you squeeze it by any means. But this is something that I have not personally utilized in previous birth. My clients have and found it to be really helpful. So I grabbed one for this labor and I'll let you know whether or not it was super helpful for me or not. Another tool that can be really helpful is the TENS unit. And a TENS unit is going to be like electric massage. And so what the TENS unit is doing is it's stimulating the fascial layers to help release endorphins. And so during a contraction, you'll increase the buzz or the intensity of the TENS to a tolerable level. Shouldn't be painful, but again, it's like that distraction tool helping to release endorphins. And then in between, you'll lower it so it's not quite as intense. And so you'll just kind of alternate between the two. This one's from Baby Care and it comes with a contraction timer as well. And it's just one button that you press to kind of boost it. So I really like this one for labor because it's really easy to use. It has the contraction timer and it's specific to supporting you during labor. But if you want to order one from like Amazon that's not labor specific, just look for one that has at least 4 leads for the different pads. It is battery powered. I find that battery powered is a little bit better than the ones that have to be charged because you can use it for a long period of time. And it's much easier to just switch the batteries out than it is to take it off and to charge it. With the TENS, there's all sorts of different size pads that you can get. They have these long rectangular ones that are like 2 by 4 inches, or they have these smaller ones that are like 2 by 2 that are squares. Both are really great options. They're just gonna cover different types of surface areas. So I have both of them to try on during my labor. And what's really nice about these pads is because they're just stickers, you can kind of move them around your body depending on where you need them. And so I typically will put them somewhere like on my glutes or my hips and then somewhere around my lower back. But again, they're really nice because you can just move them to wherever you need. Other things that I find really helpful for labor comfort is massage. And so I have this little massage ball. It's also from Baby Care that you can just kind of rub on your glutes. My husband can utilize it or my sister or my doula can use it to kind of help massage like my glutes and my lower back. And it just makes it a little bit easier for them. And with the massage and the jiggling techniques, I also really like counter pressure as a comfort technique during my labors. And so working with my husband to make sure that he's one doing strengthening exercises for like his chest so that he can do squeezes for a long time is also super helpful. If you want to learn more about other labor comfort techniques that your partner can utilize to help support you during your birth, such as those counter pressure techniques or jiggling techniques, or even how they can support you in labor positions, definitely check out our online childbirth education course because we break that down in way more depth. We go over all the different types of counter pressure techniques, different variations of them, ways that they can support you, and then also how they can support you with different laboring positions. And you can use code YouTube10 to get 10% off our online childbirth education course. And if you want to do actual like rehearsals with them or practice all this stuff, you can check out our prenatal fitness programs for the 3rd trimester, because in the 3rd trimester, we incorporate birth partner workouts where you and your birth partner are going to move through a guided workout with different labor positions and comfort techniques that I help you learn how to do. Another labor comfort technique that I'm going to utilize during my birth is going to be hydrotherapy. So I'll have a birth pool, and then I'll also be utilizing my shower because water, for whatever reason, is really soothing during labor. And that's usually I'm just kind of alternating between the two, between the tub or the shower to help find tons of pain relief as well. Now, the third thing that I'm utilizing to help me have an unmedicated birth or giving birth without an epidural is going to be some of the mantras, the relaxation techniques, and all of like the mindset stuff, because it is really mind over body when it comes to giving birth without an epidural. So the first thing that I have a bunch of different mantra cards. There's different birth affirmations that I have around my room. I look at them daily. And so there are kind of these little phrases that I'm remembering throughout my pregnancy that I can kind of recall during birth. I'll also have them displayed during labor so that I can look at them and kind of remember the things that were really important to me while I'm preparing for this really hard thing to do. Giving birth without an epidural is not easy. And so I have the different mantra cards and posters around the room to kind of help remind me of why I'm doing this. In addition to the mantra cards and birth affirmations, I'm also going to be utilizing different relaxation techniques to help me kind of calm down and keep my heart rate low during contractions. The more you can relax with your contractions, the easier it'll be and the less painful it'll be because things will just progress a little bit more. And so the more we kind of release the tension and relax, the better. And so different techniques that I'll utilize is one, I like to do progressive relaxation where I start at my head and I just kind of like focus on different parts of my body as I move down to help kind of release tension. So I'll start like with my eyes, I'll relax my jaw, my neck, my shoulders, my back, my hips, all the way down through my legs, out through my feet. And I'll just kind of like talk myself through like, okay, let your shoulders drop, relax down your back, relax in your hips. And I'll just kind of cycle through my body until the contraction is done. Another technique that I like to utilize is some breathing strategies. And so essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking really big, slow inhales, feeling kind of pressure increase throughout my body, and then really slow exhales. And so kind of like the slower you can breathe, the more you'll stay within your parasympathetic nervous system, which can help you kind of relax with your contractions as well. So I am preparing for my third unmedicated birth because my first birth, I did have an epidural, but I've learned a ton of different ways to give birth without an epidural since then. And so first I'm going to have different props to help support me in laboring positions. So I have my birth ball, rebozo, and the birth sling. In addition to my partner, I'm going to be leaning a lot on him. And then I have different things to help me with labor comfort. So to kind of decrease the intensity of my contractions. I have my heating pads, my birth comb, different massage tools, plus the TENS unit. And then again, my partner who's going to provide tons of comfort techniques for me as well with those hip squeezes, supporting me in those laboring positions. And then the shower, which is a big place that I like to labor. And then I'm going to be focusing on different mindset and relaxation techniques. So I have my birth affirmations that I'm going to kind of be repeating to myself throughout my labor. I've got progressive relaxation that I'm going to be utilizing, in addition to different breathing techniques to kind of help keep me calm throughout all my labor. I hope this video was helpful for you. If there's anything else that you would add to your labor comfort bag, definitely let me know. I'm sure there's something that I'm forgetting that I loved to utilize last time, and I want to make sure that I have everything that I need for my upcoming birth. But let us know what you found to also be super helpful and what ways your partner supported you during your birth so that other viewers can learn more from you too. If you want more support throughout your pregnancy, be sure to check out our online prenatal fitness programs. We offer our programs in two main formats. We have our app-based program, which is going to be a list of exercise with short demo videos. And this is going to be great for somebody who likes to work out in a gym setting, at your own pace, and you like to work out with a barbell because we offer modifications throughout your pregnancy. If you prefer to follow a video as you work out at the same time, we do have our prenatal on-demand program, in addition to our prenatal yoga and our birth prep program. You can grab a free sample of our prenatal fitness program to figure out what option is best for you down in the notes below. And then if you want childbirth education so you can learn what are those laboring positions, what are different comfort techniques, what is even going on with birth, because the more that we can understand what is happening, the less scary it is and the more confident we can move through our own labor. You can check out all of our courses on our website at MamasteFit.com. And again, use code YouTube10 to save 10% off any of our online offerings. And the prenatal fitness and childbirth education can be bundled together to save an additional 15% off.